Hello everyone and welcome back to the guide. So in the last video I showed you all the macros all the way up to level 70, including the macro that you craft the 290 level 70 set with it. And now I've melded that set to be crafting the Alamigan gear, which is the highest crafting gear right now in patch 4.1. So here is the melts. I will post the Ariella link in the video description for all the melts. So this is with specialists, by the way, because specialist gives 20 craftsmanship and 20 control. So if you're specialist, you will meet the 2-star requirements with these stats. As I'm also using HQ Tempera Platter to reach the craftsmanship requirement, and it gives me a lot of CP. And the Cunning Craftsman T, which gives 13 CP for 15 minutes. So I will go through the melts, but I will also post a link in the video description. Just capped CP on the tools. I capped CP on everything, but I almost capped CP on everything, but the main tools. Okay, I capped CP on the main and offhand. That's all the melts I've done. For specialists, that's enough. And here's headpiece. I'm just gonna go through them. So even if the Ariella link gets destroyed, then I will still have the video showing the melts, you know. But just to keep track, you can use the Ariella link. CP is capped on all of the accessories. I have both Cunning Craftsman T. The Cunning Craftsman T I have up right now, it's the NQ one. It only gives 10 CP, as you can see. But I have HQ Tempera Platter up. First I'm just gonna show you crafting the material, the fiber. So to craft Alamigan gear, you need to craft the Alamigan fiber. If you take a look at the Alamigan gear, you need fibers for the left side gear, and that's what we're gonna craft. We wanna HQ at least a few of them. If you can't gather HQ materials, just buy a few till you craft your first few pieces. Then you can craft Alamigan gatherer gear, and you will reach the required perception to be able to gather your own HQ materials. But at the start I just bought a few, not many, just a few, because they're expensive. Just craft enough so you are be able to craft your own Alamigan gatherer gear. This way you can then gather your own HQ mats for the crafter set that you will need. Also, one other thing to mention, the classes that are not specialist, I have melded extra on the tools to make up for the soul of the crafter, because the soul of the crafter gives 20 craftsmanship and 20 control. So I just melded the few of the accessories and the tools extra. I'm just gonna show you the tools there to make up for the soul of the crafter. But anyway, we need this. This was in case you wanna HQ the materials like True Griffin, because the specialists I chose right now is Blacksmith, Weaver and Alchemist. Because Blacksmith crafts most of the tools that I want, the gatherers and the crafter tools, as you can see. So you wanna start with Blacksmith Specialist, and you need Alchemist Specialist to be able to craft the fiber and oil. These are the materials you need. The sands, I have video how to get them. Same for the snailfish. I will link those in the video description. As well as Fieldcraft Demi Materia 3 as well. I will link that as well in the video description. These are easy materials to get. Then I have macros for the True Griffin leather. These are the 2-star materials. I have HQ macros for those, which you will find in the macro document. And Twin Silk HQ, there is a macro for that as well in my macro document, the 40 durability level 68 macro. So that's all the materials except for the fiber, which we are gonna be crafting now. And this is how I will do it. I will do 5 HQ mats to have 10k quality at start, helps a lot. First, you need to do initial preparations, comfort zone, inner quiet. If you get tricks of the trade, you use it to get CP back. Okay, steady hand 2, manipulation 2, 4 piece by pieces. If you get tricks of the trade in between, you use it. If you get excellent, I suggest using precise touch. You guarantee 2 stacks, and excellent is really worth it. It gives a lot of quality. So that's 3 piece by pieces, and that's 4. Refresh steady hand 2. Unfortunately, I didn't get any tricks of the trade. Okay, refresh steady hand 2, then rapid sense 2. And then patient touch. Refresh comfort zone. Refresh manipulation 2. Spend that last steady hand 2 stack with a hasty touch. Do a careful synthesis 2. We got the tricks of the trade, use it. And then you do specialty reflect, which gives us 3 inner quiet stacks. Got another tricks of the trade, use it. Now we need to work on quality for until 15 durability left. And but when we reach 15 durability, we need to have at least 135 CP left to do the finisher. So just do the math in your head and see how many prudent touches you can get in. So I'm just gonna do a couple for now. Just 3 of them. I think that should be enough, yep. 3 prudent touches, then I'll just do hasty touch, refresh steady hand 2, got the tricks of the trade, nice, hasty touch. I have enough CP to... I have enough CP to do a basic touch. I will still have the 135 at least left once I reach now. 15 durability, nice. And then now we do the finisher. Steady hand, great strides, ingenuity 2. If you get good condition after ingenuity 2, you hit Pyregots. Which I didn't, so I'm gonna use innovation. You don't need innovation if you get good, but if you didn't, yeah, you need innovation. Then hit Pyregots blessing. And then careful synthesis 3. 87% NQ. Oh well, let's do it one more time. Initial preparations, comfort zone, inner quiet, steady hand 2, manipulation 2. Now if you get good condition at this stage, don't do anything, because otherwise you will lose your manipulation 2 stack, because we are at maximum durability. Normally if you use the tricks of the trade, you get 5 durability back from the manipulation 2 stack, but that won't happen now because we are at maximum durability, so leave that be. Just do your piece by piece. 4 piece by pieces. Now we got good condition. Now we can do tricks of the trade, since we are not at max durability. 1 more piece by piece. I lost track. Was that 3 or 4? 1. You can see your chat logs how many times you did. That was 3. Okay, I need 1 more. Refresh steady hand 2. Piece by piece. 4th one. Okay, then rapid synthesis 2. Nice. Patient touch. Try it again. Alright. Hit it this time. Refresh comfort zone. Refresh manipulation 2. Hit tricks of the trade, we get CP back, nice. Careful synthesis 2. Alright. Refresh... No, I almost forgot. We need, before we refresh Steady Hand 2, you need to do Specialty Reflect to get your 3 inner quiet stacks. And then refresh Steady Hand 2. Now Hasty Touches. Good condition, tricks of the trade. Now I seem to have some CP for Prudent Touch. I'll do 2 Prudent Touches. Okay, refresh Steady Hand 2. Actually, I messed up. I shouldn't have done another Prudent Touch because my durability is not at... It doesn't end with an odd number with 5. It's at 40, so this means I have to stop. This means I have to do the finisher at 20 durability, not 15. So be careful with that if that happens to you. Sometimes you forget to keep your durability at... That ends with 5, you know. Anyway, Hasty Touch. Got a good condition, that means I can do a Prudent Touch. Awesome, that fixes that issue. Now we're back in business. Now it's 25, okay, well, I'll do 1 Hasty Touch too. Alright, at 15 durability, do the finisher. Steady Hand, Great Strides, Ingenuity 2, Innovation, Byra God's Blessing. And Careful 3. Alright, so I'm gonna show you now crafting the Alamigan chests, one of the chests. I would recommend crafting the Gatherer chest first, actually. So you can gather your own HQ mats. This way you don't need to buy HQ mats. You can then gather your HQ mats to craft the crafter set. But it's the same rotation, so I'm just gonna show it to you one more time. Let's use all HQ mats. Save the NQ mats for later when it becomes easier, then you can use some NQ mats in there. Initial preparations, Comfort Zone, Inner Quiet, Steady Hand 2, Manipulation 2. I forget to use Cunning Potion, but that's okay. 4 piece by pieces. And then we got a Tricks of the Trade, use it. Refresh Steady Hand 2. Use Rapid Synthesis 2. Failed one more time. Alright. Got a Tricks of the Trade, use it. Refresh Comfort Zone. Refresh Manipulation 2. I haven't crafted much with Weaver, so my hotbar is a mess. Careful Synthesis 2. Alright. Steady Hand 2, use that Patient Touch to get 2 stacks head start. And then Specialty Reflect. And then work on Hasty Touches. Do some Prudent Touches if you have the CP. Just make sure 135 CP left for the finisher. Tricks of the Trade, nice. Things are going well in this craft so far. We can afford 3 more Prudents. 2, 3, alright. We can also afford the Hasty Touch 2. And then we still have enough CP left for the finisher. One last Hasty Touch. Alright, refresh. Don't need to, but do it anyway. Okay, do the finisher, Steady Hand, Great Strides, Ingenuity 2. Innovation, Byra God's Blessing, Careful Synthesis 3. 100%. Now that was a lucky craft and I used HQ mats, but remember, you only need to do this rotation until you craft your first set of the crafter gear. Because once you done your first set, then it becomes very, very much easier, which I'm gonna show next after I craft the whole crafter set. Now I'm just doing the gatherer set to be able to gather my own HQ mats, and then using the same rotation I'm gonna move on to crafting my crafter set left side. I'm gonna also do the tools, all the tools. Also, I'm gonna do this on stream, so I'll highlight the past broadcast of this stream, so you can see the whole process of me doing this if you are interested. Otherwise, I will skip to when I have my entire left Alamigan set, then I will show you the macro. As for Fisher, once you get level 61, you can unlock spearfishing here in Ruby Sea. You need to activate this ability called Fathom, and you will be able to see and then use Shark Eye, and you will be able to see where the spearfishing hole is, and then fly to it, or swim to it, or whatever. I prefer to fish here in Tamamizu for XP, because you also get sword tips. You can select the size of your jig by doing the ability jig head, and you need to have the normal size for this specific fish. And I also use my survival manual. This is my preferred way to level up as fisher. And then use a gatherer food, any food, so you get more XP. And once you see the bubbles, you use jig and you get the fish. And there it is, the sword tip. We need the sword tip to craft tempura platter, which is the best endgame crafter food. So not only you get your sword tips, you also level up at the same time, gain experience. So 2 birds with 1 stone. I will get most of my fisher experience this way. Also, I suggest upgrading your gear so you don't get this fish getaway message every time. Alright, so I crafted the gatherer chest, headpiece and pants, but I'm still using 290 on the rest, and I'm gonna show you the melts that I did. You need at least 1050 gathering and 1200 perception to be able to gather HQ. 1200 perception is the minimum for gathering HQ. So here is the melts. I'm just gonna go through them, but I will also post a link in the description with the Ariala with the melts. That's chest. By the way, the grade 6 melts on the headpiece is not needed. The gatherer one is not needed, I should say. You can just do perception grade 5s. I just melted grade 6 because I'm gonna have to anyway eventually. And those grade 6 were free from the custom deliveries that I got. The rest of the gear doesn't have any grade 6 on them, so it's just easy melts. And for the most part, no over melts. Not more than 1 over melt. I'm just gonna show you an example of the rotation I used to gather HQ. You can either pause the video to see the melts when you copy them, or you can just check the Ariala link. Also, when you wanna craft boots and gloves for your gatherer or crafter, you can just change your specialist. You can change specialist 3 times a week. You just need to buy Soul of Crafter for... yeah, Soul of Crafter, and then go to the same NPC that you unlock specialist, and you can change your specialist there. Okay, so first reveal the node, and then use King's Yield 2, Sharp Vision 2, and Unearth. If you get gathering attempts +1, you can, before your last attempt you can use Deep Vigor to increase HQ to 100%, right? Here is the other example as Botanist. Blessed Harvest 2, Sharp Vision 2, well, Field Mystery 2 is called on Botanist. I got Gathering Attempts plus 2, so when 2 attempts left, I can use Brute Force. It's called Brunt Force, yeah. Can use Brunt Force to get HQ on my last 2 Gatherer attempts. Just like that. So that's the rotation I used to get HQ Legendary Notes. Alrighty, so I just crafted chest, headpiece and pants for crafter using the same rotation. And then I crafted the blacksmith main hand as well using the same rotation. And now with this I have enough stats to do the Alamigan macro, which I'm gonna show you. On the main hand I only melted 5 CP. There is the melts on the headpiece. Chest, the grade 6 I got for free from custom deliveries of Minago. And pants, just 8 CP melt. Just easy melts for now. I can just retrieve the material when I wanna melt better later on. I have a spirit bonding video, by the way, I need to mention. Spirit bonding 290 set is the best way to get grade 5 and grade 6 materia, which I will link in the video description for that video. Grade 4, the best way to get grade 4 is red scripts, and grade 3 and below, the best way is Exile B-Stripe. Alright, so let's just get into the macro. I have Tempura Platter HQ and Craftsman T. You can find this macro under the document. And as you get better gear and melts, increase your control, you can get away with less HQ mats. For now, I'm gonna use all the HQ except for the Mastercraft, which there is no HQ Mastercrafts anyway. And I'm gonna also use NQ Sand, the rest is HQ. So that's that, let's do it. Let me get the macro on hotbar first. Also, I have the macro with a version of the macro number 2 without the finisher. This way I can avoid Byragot's Blessing on poor condition. I do the finisher manually, I don't do it with macro. Alright, let's do it. You need 533 CP for this macro and 1460 craftsmanship. Let's use it, macro number 1. It's in the macro document as well, but I'm gonna show it here. Alright, that's macro number 1 finished. I'm gonna do macro number 2 without finisher. I have a version with the finisher and a version without the finisher. For the materials I don't mind, I just use the full macro with finisher, but for end products I use the one without finisher so I can avoid Byragots on poor. Okay, let's do it. Okay, let me keep it there. Alright, had I got an excellent now, I would just do Byragots manually. So I don't do great strides and then it will be poor condition for the Byregots, but in this case we're fine. Just do great strides. Byregots blessing. 100% and careful synthesis too. Boom. So yeah, there you go. I'm so happy to finally finish this guide. So now it's just crafting the rest of your gear, and once you craft the Alamigan gloves and boots, you can meld it better with more control, and you can then get 100% to the macro with even less HQ mats. So there you go. Finally done. Also, last night I streamed the process of crafting these gear and then crafting the blacksmith main hand. If you are interested to see, I will link that in the video description. I highlighted that portion of the stream, which I go through the rotation, because as you get gear, the rotation could change a little bit. But anyway, there you go. From here on, it's just crafting the rest of the gear and then making the 100 million gil. What I'm gonna do for the 100 million, I'm gonna every few days I will post an update. When I sell a lot of stuff, I will post it in my Discord or in my Twitter, screenshots of my sale history, so you can see the things I'm selling. But mainly I'm gonna be selling Alamigan stuff and the 320 battle gear, these recipes right here. I'm gonna sell these, and I'm also gonna sell the 290 crafter and gatherer gear to make gil, to make the 100 million. I'm also gonna make some potions, some infusions to sell. The infusions for raiding. I also made the top 5 video last patch, top 5 ways to make gil, so I'm gonna use some of that as well. But mostly I'm gonna just post screenshots and updates on my Discord, so be sure to join our Discord community. We also always have crafting discussion and stuff. Or on my tweet, following me on Twitter. So there will be no videos. This is the last part of the guide. We're finally done. I'm really excited to have finally finished this. I hope everyone really found this helpful, and if you did, please like, favorite, subscribe, and share these videos. I'm also gonna compile all of the parts into one video alone. So I'm gonna do that in the next few days. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you wanna support the channel, please do that on my Twitch channel or on Patreon. I have a Patreon account. And I decided to give early access to the guides to my Patreon, so just my ways of saying thanks for supporting the content. They will get early access to guides and walkthroughs. Even FF14 guides, I'm planning to give more to the Patreons. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye. And if it's still Christmas, Merry Christmas to everyone.